All right, welcome everyone. Good evening and welcome to day 21 and day 22 of the freelance consultant training. So today, as you can see, we decided to merge two classes together because we're coming to the end of the freelance consultant training for the first batch. I'm very excited. We're learning, new things. We're discovering where we can be better. We're discovering what we can do differently. There's just so much that has happened in the last 3 weeks that I think that a lot of resources or opportunities for us to learn, to improve on this thing that we've decided to do. But one thing is for sure, a large majority of the people who have participated in this training think is really valuable, and it's something that should be continued. We should encourage to do it, though we do not know if we can continue to make it available for free. But in the meantime, we're happy to do this. We're happy to make the sacrifice and the commitment and the consistency to do this. It's not been easy, but this is what we're called to do, and we're going to be committed 100% to do it. So with that being said, today is a very important segment of the training. Today is the day we're learning promotions and marketing, and you and I know that marketing or sales of any product or service is the lifeblood of that service. So if you know everything you know how to do, and you do not know how to sell or promote your service or the products that you offer, you're as good as not doing anything at all. So I would have really wished or expected that everyone who subscribed for this training is here today. But then, what can we do? We can only work with the people that are present or available. So I'm aware that there are some challenges with the telcos, and some people are not online or they don't even have their SIM card working, not to talk about coming online. So it's understandable. On the 1st of August, we intend to start the second batch, though we're not sure yet. We're watching to see how the activities are. If it looks like we might have to move it maybe until after the protest, or if we just check and see that there will be no distraction whatsoever, the training holds, we'll go ahead and have it. But if there's any need to reschedule it for a later date, we would also consider that. But I think so far so good. We have a good number of people in the group. I think about 800 now. We're hopeful that between now and Thursday, we'll get 200 more people to join. If out of 1,000, we're also able to get 100 consistent people to join the training, that would also be perfect. So with that being said, let's look at some of the tips that would help us with our marketing effort as freelancers, as small business owners. Most of the things we're going to be learning here are things that you probably already know, but just a reminder of them and how and emphasize on how important they are will probably help you to take action. Like we've also always said in this training or in any of the platform, I've always thought the knowing is not the big deal. Many people know, but it's the people who put it to work, it's the people who apply it, it's the people who are able to do the knowing that are the most important. So we're going to look at 10 tips to market and promote your freelance or small business, because some people, the kind of business you have may not necessarily be freelance. It might be a small business, even though our focus and emphasis for this class is on freelancing. But we are aware that there are some of you who are here who your product is just basically a small business, you're product oriented, but you enrolled for this program. Though as we continue to go on in the course of this training, we'll continue to narrow and streamline the set of people that we, are able to accommodate. But at this, in the beginning, 80 to 90% of what we're teaching here can apply to even those whose businesses are product oriented, but preferably the set of people that we're mostly interested to engage with or to talk to are people whose businesses are service oriented. So with that said, whether you're just starting out or looking to grow your freelance business or your small business, you have to get the word out to the members of the public about your products and services. And marketing is critical for success for any business whatsoever. Even Dangote still has a marketing department, right? The banks, the big industries, the global companies, they still have a marketing department, and they will consistently, and in fact, they invest more money hiring or putting together their marketing department more than anything else. Yes, you can have a good and fantastic product, but if you don't have the sets of people who can take this product to the marketplace to meet the people who actually do need them, then you're not in business, okay? For freelancers, it's even most critical, it's even most important, because if you're a freelancer, you are in your house, you have a skill, nobody knows you have a skill. If you do not come out to the fore, come out to the public to tell people about what you do, nobody's going to know. Nobody's just going to look at you, what's his name? Doubting God on the head and know that you are a travel consultant. Nobody's going to know that. So you have to make sure that you put your business out there and consistently on a daily basis. It is impossible for me to not get 1,000 people to know about my business, especially at this time where I do not have a large following. Maybe when I get to that point where, and even when I get to that point, I was going to say, even when I get to that point where I have 100,000, 200,000, or a million following, I might not need to market. But even when I get to that point, I still need to market, because like I said to someone today when I consulted with someone personally, I said, even the businesses who have millions of followers, for example, GT Bank, for example, has more than a million followers on Facebook, but they still have a marketing unit, because having that following of 1 million people does nothing or does not really do any significant thing for the business if you do not have a marketing team or a marketing department or a marketing strategy that runs the business. Okay. So for freelancers, finding work and ensuring income stability, consistent income stability, is the top barrier for everyone who's a freelancer or a small business. So if you do not know, in fact, you should know how to offer the skill 100%, and you should know how to market 100%. If you know how to offer the skill 100% and you know how to market 50% or 40%, you are still going to be in deficit. So you have to learn effectively how to offer the service, but most importantly, you also have to be able to learn how to get this service or this product to the people who do need them, because that's only when you get paid. Having to know what you know is not enough to get you paid, but having to solve the problems of the people who need that service or that product that you have is what gets you paid. Okay. So in this session, we're going to show you 10 marketing tips for freelancers that will teach you how to advertise your business. And like I said, these are things that you probably might already know. Some of them you might not know, but some of them you already know. But how to go about applying them consistently every day is the key thing. And most importantly, I like to teach people how to advertise or how to market or promote their businesses with either no budget or a little marketing budget. In fact, I like to start with the zero budget, because for so many of you, you don't even have money to start a business, not to talk about money for marketing. So we want to show you, and I do this every day. Since I started my business, except for my media trainings, the one that I used to collaborate with the radio and television guys, I don't pay any money for marketing, because I utilize either word of mouth or I utilize those days when there was a BlackBerry. My following on BlackBerry, it will amaze you, to shock you. I was a student then. I was doing recruitment to universities in Ghana for Nigerian students who were having problems getting admission to study in Nigeria, and I was helping them come to Ghana. And on BlackBerry, I can't remember how the statistics was or how the structure was, but I knew that for some reason I maximized the opportunities that BlackBerry provided. And I was able to get a lot of people to look at my status or whatever it was at that time. I can't even really remember. So everyone on this training or everyone on this platform, you have to maximize the opportunities available. Talking about this social media, prior to 2-3 months ago, I was not strong on social media. But now that I've decided that I'm going to be strong on social media, that's the problem with me. If I decide I want to do something, I go all out. Prior to 3 months ago, every following I got on Facebook or on both my businesses, my NGO and all, were basically organic, were me not even conscious. But now that I'm conscious, I mean, you can already see me, right? Consistently, I'm at your back. I'm fine. And that's the spirit. That's exactly how I want as many of you to go about your business. Because what else do you do after all? What else do you want to do? Apart from the fact that you have a family or you are married or you have children, your business is probably the only thing you want to mind. Is there anything else that you want to do? You want to mind your business and probably play a little bit and have some time with your family. What else should you be doing if you're not minding your business, if you're not promoting your business, basically? So let's look at some of the 10 tips that you're going to utilize. We're going to utilize to promote our business. The first one, of course, is only natural. Social media, everybody's there. If you're a human being on social media, is as good as you are 50% invisible. Because everyone is there. Everyone is on Facebook. Everyone is on Instagram. Everyone is on WhatsApp. Of course, there are a few others. There is LinkedIn. There is Twitter. There are quite a number of them. But these are the ones that are predominantly used, that has a huge following, and that has a huge following of an average individual. For example, LinkedIn are for professionals. The number of people who you might be reaching out to might not necessarily be professionals. I know that there are going to be some of you here who wants to reach out to professionals, but my target market and this value or this training that I offer is not for those guys, right? Some of you are on Twitter. I'm not strong on Twitter. And I know the kind of people who are on Twitter, they are not my kind of clients as well. I'm trying to help people who just need the motivation, who are at the zero level, to basically just learn, how to utilize the tools that are available to promote their business. So social media, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp seem to be like the place. Even Instagram, I'm not strong on it, but then I don't mind to want to expand to that platform as well. So we're going to need for you to advertise your business on social media. We're going to need for you to build your portfolio. I think I told a couple of you the other time, go and take a professional headshot, put it on your Facebook. Write a short bio about yourself. Make yourself look ready and look ready for the business or the services that you offer. So when people go on your Facebook page and they see your stuff there, they just have an idea who you are, and they already have an idea what sort of problem you want to solve. For some businesses, there might be a need for you to have a website. Not all. Some of you, depend on what you're selling. If you're product oriented, if you're a consultant, if whatever it is you do, if there is a need for you to have a simple website, it costs less. Some of you will even be able to design it yourself if you are patient enough. With 20,000, you can get a domain name and you can get a hosting. There are actually platforms that can allow you with as little as that amount to be able to get a website, right? Then you're going to need to network and collaborate. We'll show you how you can do that on social media to begin with. If you can network and collaborate in the physical, within your communities, within your niche market, that's okay. But on social media, there are plenty of networking and collaboration platforms that you can take advantage of. Then some of you are going to need to join freelance management platforms. I am not so strong on that. And the reason I am also not strong on that is because of the target market that I have. Most of my target market have not built their portfolio enough to allow them to want to register on Fiverr, on Upwork. But we're going to get there. As we continue to build the community, we're going to be able to prove ourselves to a point where we can compete on those spaces. But in the meantime, we want to be able to sell our products organically and build a portfolio, an attractive portfolio that will take us to those kinds of platforms so we can compete. Don't forget that the people on Fiverr and Upwork, they are from all over the globe. So it means that you have to have your A game on, you have to have some portfolio, you have to have something that shows that the person who wants to engage with you can rely on your service that you offer and is competitive before you can, consider wanting to be on that platform. Then you also want to join forums and communities related to your niche. So if you're a web designer, you're a graphic designer, whatever it is you are, you need to find the platforms where they're talking about the kind of service that you offer, and you can find like minds there. And hopefully by the time you connect to other people there, these people can help you. You can get jobs. Let me close my laptop. You can get jobs. They can get jobs and refer you or introduce you to clients who will be willing to engage your services as well. So some of you will need to join certain forums, certain communities. Then one of the things I've been talking about here, which is something that I'm just about to start myself, is content marketing. Some of you who have expertise in a particular area, you need to be able to develop content. Some of you might just the only thing you need to just do is probably just provide insights about the services that you do. I saw Salem already making that effort. I saw some of you already making the efforts to do content to talk about the products and the services that you have. Then some of you, all of you actually, when you have some clients, you need to be able to ask the clients that you have already serviced to help you with referrals. You need to be able to ask for referrals. You need to be able to ask them to, refer their friends. And I think I do this every day, and you see me do it, and I do it seamlessly, right? You need to be able to ask your friends you need to be able to ask your customers to tell their friends to buy your products because they have bought your products and they're satisfied with it. Some of you would even need to request for reviews, testimonials from your customers who have already used your product, okay? So that the reviews and the testimonials that your customers have, you can post it on your social media page and convince the others who have not bought. And some of you, I'm going to be asking you actually, because in a few days' time, we're going to be done with this class. I'm going to ask you for your testimonials. I want to know what you think at the end of this course. Was it worth your time? Do you think it's something we should continue to do? Did you get value? That sort of thing. So if I get your reviews and I post it on the next post that I post concerning this training, Even if I want to sell this training, for example, your reviews and your testimonials will help me easily sell them. So some of you have to do this with existing customers. Whenever you're done selling to anybody and they're satisfied and they're happy with your service, just tell them, please, can you do me a review on WhatsApp? Screenshot it and post it somewhere so that your next customers can see them. Then one of the cheapest ways to get words out there is through cold emails and cold WhatsApp messages. There is nothing wrong with advertising with cold emails. There is not, in fact, as a travel consultant, for example, I send cold emails every day. Sometimes I even send up to 20 to 50 cold emails looking for partners, trying to find universities I can work with, trying to find local HR companies in the countries where I want to provide job opportunities for my clients to work with. That's the only way I can reach out to the people that are within my community or that are within my spheres. How else would I be able to do it? And this is what everybody does. Even the owners of these softwares themselves, they send you cold messages. Don't you just sit down sometimes and you get a message from WhatsApp telling you that there is a new feature, that's cold. You didn't ask for it, but they're telling you that there are other features on their platform that you can utilize. So don't be afraid of sending cold emails or sending cold WhatsApp messages. The worst anybody can do is say, I'm not interested. At the very least, he will block you. When he blocks you, you move on, or you find some, even if they block your number, you can always write to WhatsApp and tell them you didn't do anything wrong. You were just only trying to promote your service or trying to talk to someone about the service that you offer. That's all. And WhatsApp will unblock you back. And these are some of the things I'm trying to show to you guys. This is what we use and they work for us. On these platforms, we're able to get multiple clients on a daily basis. Now, after you've done that, you want to review all the processes, all the strategies, all these things that I have said, and focus more on what works. So if you've done this and you think that at the end of the day, what works better for you is referrals and testimonials, then do a lot of that. If content marketing works better for you, do so. Review everything that you've learned, everything that you've done, and focus more on what works. So I'm sorry, once again, we're using the free version of Zoom, and it goes off this very minute. As it does go, so just click back on the same link and we'll come back and then we'll look at the body of the presentation, and hopefully we won't take more than another 30 minutes and we'll be done. So I want to see everybody back here when we come back. Bulus, Elizabeth, Emmanuel, Fadake, Happiness, Moses, Sembe, Salva, Udofia, Veronica, Victor, and Zumi Foundation. Wow, who's Zumi